so too is his opponent, Christophe Lambert. Both of these players need to win. That is of the bottom line. It's as simple an equation as that. Phil Harrison gets a ball and will have first opportunity. And at first glance, it has to be yellows, but his opening on yellows is very, very tricky.
Yeah, no good opener on yellows. Yellow over the bottom left dropped in. You make the case for both here. The yellow nearest the cue ball now is the only problem yellow, other than not having a good starter. I mean, he's looking at the plant on the reds. Because if that plant on the reds was to go, then the reds are actually fine as well, but neither very inviting.
Is he thinking the plant on yellows?
Yeah, possibly. This is very off angle. This is very high tariff.
Oh, we tried to slide it in past the other one.
He thought it went in. It might have done.
It just caught the side of the yellow and glanced it, and now yellows are a dream.
Doesn't look like it from this angle, does it?
Very tight. But again, a similar start in this match to what Phil had in his first. A mistake that opened things up for his opponent in frame number one.
Would love to get to the middle of the table here, Christophe. If we can get above the centre pocket, so the better for it. Just puts the pressure onto the shot. He played it well. But he played it perfectly. Just gets high enough, I think, that he doesn't have to worry about the reds. He may just use them just to hold the white, but we'll see how much angle he got. Oh, I had to screw to avoid them, but he was far enough up. If you're any lower than that, then you're struggling to avoid them. Talked about Christophe's pace of play. This has been very quick for Christophe. Yeah, they do, but from different sides of the game. So I'd be interested to know if they have played much before Ultimate, even though they've both been around for an awful long time.
Christophe gets away with one, because that was not the break he was looking to hit. Didn't control the cue ball. But mind you, look at the split he's left. There's been good splits tonight for the players to go out. We've seen good Christophe breaks, we've seen bad Christophe breaks. Good looks like the cue ball sitting itself right in the centre of the table. Anywhere near the corner pocket is a bit of a miss hit.
That all happened pretty quick, but obviously trying to get the cannon on the yellows to open them up. I wonder if did he have a good red on? It looked like all the reds were okay. More often than not, when you make 3 of one set, you tend not to go that set because it's harder to deal with any problems, but it looked like they were all okay.
Knocking into the 8 ball wasn't part of the plan. Does that yellow pass the red?
Oh, it does.
And look where he landed. That's incredible.
He hit the wrong ball first there, so he's a little fortunate. He'll take the result. It came out perfectly for him.
Me, yeah. As I say, I feel like I've hit the times 32 speed on my remote here. iRobot's been reprogrammed.
It's so refreshing to watch.
Yeah, now he puts his hand up. You got it there, Christophe. He definitely had a bit of run. He's learned, I think, to enjoy these nights and take them for what they are. That would have felt very typical for him if that cue ball had been kicked in off. But he's got himself a good break, a good split, but again, I think a very tricky opening shot.
Yeah,
hit the break well there.
My first thought, well, these are going to be okay. Doesn't have a good starter on reds other than the one on the top cushion. Not sure he's got a starter at all on yellows, so and the red right at the bottom is awkward. I think well, it's probably half a dozen, one 6 the other. Depends on those 2 yellows, or are they a plant, but yellow's out the equation for Phil anyway, so. Well, this is good. I think he can just come down the table. Take the one top right, come down the table, deal with the one at the bottom, and then you're away. It was an excellent opening shot, especially at 2-0 down. he's clear of the yellow. I don't think it comes into play here, so which makes it a little bit easier. But he doesn't have to do much here. You're just dropping it on and off and getting on the one into the centre.
Hold on the 8-ball's a lovely little nudge. He probably targeted that ball as a line.
Wants to go past the straight because he doesn't want to have to play around with the yellow to cut down for the 8-ball, so wants to get to at least the ball past straight, and then he can pick whatever angle he wants onto the 8-ball.
Yeah, just like that. Pretty perfect. Lovely visit to the tables from Phil Harrison. We talk about it a lot. Sometimes you've just got to be in the position to win. That isn't always a guarantee of being able to. You've got to have the right amount of chances and opportunity.
Yeah, watch out.
Oh, that's a perfect break from Christophe. Remember what I said before about what good looks like? Well, that's what great looks like for a Christophe Lambert break. Can't strike this much better. Watch the cue ball.
Yeah, right up the middle.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and no spin on the cue ball there. No, didn't come across it even a hint, which you can do from time to time and still right at the middle of the table. But yellows are okay. Yellow below his body right now, biggest issue. Could take it now. I know you're leaving one alone at the top of the table, but otherwise you're going to have to get back across to this cushion, so it just feels right to get this one out the way. Wants to be precise onto the one into the centre. Unless he plays up the table now, which will be a surprise. He's a bit too straight to do that.
I think he can slide past.
Yeah, he wants to be to the angle where he can slide by the red. He doesn't want to go to the right-hand side of the 8-ball because then you're going to have a problem connecting it up. Yeah, which is what he's now got. So now this is a slight issue.
Well, he's backing his cueing here. He thinks he can nip this, which he could. Very good.
Yeah, cued it well. If he was just that half a turn straighter, he goes past the red and the 8-ball on the other side, and then it becomes easier. But again, it's still an 8-ball you'd want in any frame of ball.
And in it flies Christophe Lambert on the hill. Phil Harrison then is under it. He needs to find 3 frames in the next 9 minutes or he is out of the Champions League. Great break. Again, cue ball just a little dicey, but it's not bad. I think the 8-ball just sitting where it goes here. Just watch the top left corner of your screen. The 8-ball gets a little knock. I think it's going to force him into taking yellows.
And it's okay. The yellow below the 8-ball is still accessible. This is still just a perfect split, really. I mean,
Yellow balls in play.
How good do you want them, to be honest with you? You'd take this every time. Wants to be on the one nearest the 8-ball so he can drop it in and have the other yellow to connect back up the table. Which, oh, maybe he's not. No, he's not. You definitely don't want to be playing the yellow below the 8-ball to get onto the 8-ball. Brilliant shot.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect pull. Perfect pull.
At 30 seconds and 15 seconds a shot, you just don't have time to get annoyed with where the ball's finished. You've just got to get on with it.
Phil can only hope now. His big hope was a dry break there from Christophe Lambert. That has not materialised. So the question becomes, can Christophe get out? Phil, I think, is thinking the writing is on the wall.
Christophe has to take on in my opinion, the worst set here in yellows, but they're not that bad. 2 yellows at the top do both go. The problem was always the opening shot.
Yellow balls in play.
Just nudging that one off the cushions, a nice little flourish, but it does mean he's got a pretty difficult next shot with where the cue balls ended up here.
Difficult plant from here, just the way they're set. This isn't. This
He's got
is
to
far
catch
from
this
easy.
first yellow very thin.
Very, very thin. When you look from the overhead, it's just slightly awkward. So yeah, he's not even playing it.
Oh, Christophe.
One nudge comes out like a dream as well.
What a shot that is. Brilliant.
Very, very impressive.
Christophe with Le Billiards shot.
And this is just dot to dot now. Connections are perfect. All the work done on that previous
15 seconds.
couple of shots, and well, what a match! This has been brilliant.
Yeah, you always got to feel for the player on the losing end of it though, because neither player's done a whole lot wrong. It's just been fabulous. Phil's miss with his very first shot of the match, a very, very tough one. It's going to prove a big moment. Christophe Lambert is the man who stays alive in this last 16 group. Phil Harrison exits the competition. The farmer can still have a say on who goes through tonight in round number 3, and it will be a big one.